for your Chicago Bulls. At forward, 6'7", number 44, Patrick Williams. A 6'5" guard, number 6, Alex Caruso. A 6'10" center, number 9, Nikola Vucevic. At guard, 6'6", number 8, Zach LaVine. Starting at small forward, at 6'6", number 11, DeMar DeRozan.
Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Now, it's no secret at the end of quarters, players will wait until just after the buzzer sounds to fire up heaves, so they won't hurt their field goal percentage. To encourage a nothing-to-lose approach on these plays, many say it's past time that the league only counts the makes in those situations. Kevin, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. Do it. Thanks, TA. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. They've got Josh Giddey, Lou Dort out there with Williams. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Robinson Earl in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Chicago, Williams and Vucevic hold down the post for him. The wing set for him, LaVine and DeRozan. And it's Caruso in at the one.
I think when you begin talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder, the first name you have to bring up, obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a guy who can lead an organization, both with his skill set and his leadership abilities.
Now here's DeRozan. Williams, a screen on Dort. DeRozan passes to Williams. Dort against DeRozan. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It doesn't go for him. Here's Caruso. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Passes to DeRozan. Now here's LaVine. Some nice ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Vucevic, and it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. Nobody near Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
He can, and for the Thunderbirds, they're so excited about SGA being the face of their team.
Well, the commitment they made tells you all you need to know. He signed through the year 2027, meaning he's here for the long haul, and he has a great attitude about it. They have told him you are a cornerstone here in Oklahoma City.
And Greg Anthony for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, part of a growing trend in this NBA, giving his team length in the backcourt.
Yeah, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. He can see over the top of the defense. He helps you on the glass, and he can switch onto front court players defensively. That's what teams are looking for nowadays. What you love about Vucevic, the consistency, solid shooting percentages, and he's averaged double-digit rebounds for the last 5 years.
You know, Greg, adding to that for Vucevic, the last 2 seasons, he's been excellent in the playoffs.
Great point, Kevin. His numbers were up over what he did in the regular season. He hits clutch shots, gives them a physical presence, and he is just a rock in the middle.
That free throw, no good.
Well, Nikola Vucevic is a capable back-to-the-basket scorer, and he plays with tremendous confidence, guys.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Okashevsky's checked in. He's off on the second. And on his third shot, he finally gets it to fall. Most losing teams, Greg, are looking to rebuild, look to the future, but not in Chicago.
Yeah, their idea to turn it around was to get all-stars. Trading for Vooch in 21 during a losing season, then signing DeMar as a free agent. That's a refreshing approach.
Now here's Williams. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Caruso. No good that time. Nice defense from Dort. The Thunder have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Williams. Williams with the block. Outside, Levine. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside DeRozan. Vucevic setting the pick for DeRozan. Pocket 6. Vucevic trying to get open. Caruso, no good. Thunder trailing by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Giddey. 12 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Pokusevski. They get it back. Back to Giddey. Over Williams. They could use a bucket. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Bulls up by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Please give a big round of applause.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Bulls, guys, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Well, we know the players enjoyed the rest they get during All-Star Weekend. But, Greg, you think it should be moved to later in the season?
I like how the current format splits up the season, but it seems more fair to hold an all-star towards the end of the season so that voters get a more complete look at each player.
They've got Dragic. Andre Drummond is out there with Bradley. Then it's Green, and it's Dosunmu in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for the Chicago Bulls to start the second quarter. Now, here's Dragic. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Thunder are trying to build something that will last. The front office says you stick to your principles, your values, and you think long term. We're focused on building a sustainably great team. We continue to be forward-facing in that respect. Kevin, back to you.
It's a good philosophy, and they're not looking for any shortcuts, which is admirable. David, thanks. Here's Wiggins. The Bulls knocking down the 3, driving the lane, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Well, you can't teach size, is the old expression. Andre Drummond making his presence felt defensively.
Here's Mann. Misses off the right iron.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And what makes Chicago tricky to defend, Kevin, they just have such a balanced attack. They can score in the paint from mid-range or hurt you from deep.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Williams finds Wiggins. There's the pick. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Andre Drummond picks one up. You know, as the Bulls have become a more veteran team, Greg, it feels like they've settled into what they do well.
And you need a strong identity to be successful in this league. Chicago is building towards that, but it does take time.
And he can't get the first one.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Andre Drummond. DeRozan comes in for Tony Bradley. Zach LaVine's checked in for Green. And it's Kobe White in for Goran Dragic. And the second free throw, good. During the last decade, from 2010 on, Doris, the Thunder had the second most wins in the NBA.
It's mind-boggling to consider that. That was clearly during the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden era. The Spurs had the most in that time frame. What that can tell you, though, is small market teams can win in the NBA.
You know, Greg, some guys are late bloomers, but DeRozan, he was just the opposite.
Yeah, reports are he had handles at age 3. First dunk came in the 6th grade. 5-star high school prospect, and in a strange way, he's still an underrated superstar.
First one falls for him.
And this Thunder team in desperate need of a veteran, someone on their way out that can still be productive and provide some leadership for the young guys.
Williams, he's checked in for Dosunmu. Josh Giddey's checked in for the Thunder. DeMar DeRozan hits them both. So now, how does Oklahoma City, Greg, get back into the mix in the Western Conference?
Kevin, it's going to be tough. Just so much inexperience on the roster right now. Keeping the core here, yeah, but experienced players to fill out that roster.
Now here's Giddey. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, the handles have never been in doubt, Josh Giddey. That is pretty.
White against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Robinson Earl.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
16 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. Giddey, no good. And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Welcome. First up, let's look at the two guys who are each leading their respective teams through the first half.
A couple of guys locking horns tonight. Neither one of them backing down as you would expect. You can tell both teams are giving these guys space to work.
And they're taking advantage of the opportunities. And now let's focus on our game. A strong first half for the Bulls.
Their defense is getting it done, intimidating shooters, locking down lanes. They force guys to take bad shots and give up on plays.
Intimidating and very disruptive.
Not unlike yourself. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Yeah, even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career, that was something with the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Lou Dort out there with Williams. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Robinson Earl in at the center position. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
First free throw is good.
And you know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's rise to NBA stardom was meteoric.
Well, for me, GA, the more responsibility this guy seems to be given, the better he gets. He's improved every year, and at this point in Shai's career, it looks like his ceiling could be very, very high. This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, he keeps making them.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks a lot, guys. Josh Giddey has been attracting admirers, including LeBron James. The King said he's really, really good. He has a great pace about the game, great vision. Josh is one of those kids who can definitely see the game a lot quicker than most guys out on the floor, and he's showing it. Just been playing beautiful basketball. Kevin, that's high praise.
It is both amazing passers. David, thank you.
So smooth, so pretty off the dribble drive. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work.
Williams, a screen on George. On the wing, Levine. And stolen by Williams. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, you know, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
Pokusevski's checked in for Oklahoma City. Under trailing by 4. Now, Giddey. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Here's Pokusevski. Plenty of room around him, and it's good.
Well, Pokusevski's shot ready on the catch. His mechanics are really solid.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Caruso. Pass to Levine. Here's the 3. Here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but his defenders keep forgetting to box him out. He continues to just make them pay.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Now, here's Caruso. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. DeRozan, a screen on Giddey. Levine, and he banks in the layup. And now a 6-point Bulls lead.
Well, in a screen and roll situation, Zach makes the right decision.
Giddey against Levine. And Giddey gets it to go.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Caruso. Drills the 3-pointer. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, Levine's range, his consistency from 3 are so problematic.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Pokusevski, guarded by Bradley. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. You talk about a player who can absolutely light it up. He averages over 31 points a game. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside DeRozan. This one for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Bulls lead by 7. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball up, he's not going to shoot it. If he does, just stay down on him.
I like the way the Donovan's conveying that scouting report to his guys.
I mean, knowing how your opponent plays is important, and I think he's on point on this one.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. We've got Green. Dragic is out there with Dosunmu. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's DeRozan in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Dragic. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen. Drains it from beyond the arc. Dragic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. The Bulls leading by 10. Bobbed up there for Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
How about the anticipation from Andre Drummond, understanding the alley-oop is there and converting with style.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The 10-footer finds the target.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
Now, here's DeRozan. Drummond sets the screen for DeRozan. The feed to Drummond, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Williams, he's checked in for Javonte Green. And the Thunder with the possession here. It's a 10-point game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by the Bulls. First minute and a half of basketball play here in the fourth quarter. Dragic dishes to Williams. Drummond sets the screen for Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second-chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
Vucevic, he's checked in for Chicago. Dean comes in for Goran Dragic. And the Thunder making a change here. Both shots good from the stripe. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. And here is Giddey. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't cash in from close range.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Bulls.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Williams.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And Chicago has possession after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Vucevic a screen on Giddey. And Levine with the slam.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Now here's Dosunmu. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We just making everybody comfortable, making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, even if it's on the defensive end, we just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.